Hey, how we doing, everybody? Hashem here with Flat Fee Landlord, Washington, D.C. Metro. Today I want to talk about the best times to have your Maryland, D.C. or Virginia rental home up and available for rent. There are better times of the year to be able to find a tenant, and I'm going to go over when those times are and what times to avoid so that you don't run into situations where you're going to have long vacancy and lower rent payments as a result. So let's get into it. Best time to have a property on the market is going to be in the late spring and anywhere throughout the summer. Okay, this is what we call prime time in real estate. Okay, this is prime time because school's out, people that have families, or even students that are out, college students that are out looking for places to live. They're going to be doing so not in the middle of the school year. They're going to do so when they have time off. So that's why the summer, late spring is usually when they start, all the way throughout the entire summer. This is going to be, as a landlord, the best time for you to put your home on the market because it's going to give you the most amount of options. Okay, most amount of people that are going to be looking for rentals are going to be doing so throughout this time period, and what that means is that the demand is going to be high. When demand is high for a landlord, it's going to give you more options. Whenever people are applying for your properties, you're going to be able to be a little bit picky and choosy with the type of person that you accept. But also on top of that, basic economics, whenever demand is high, prices are also high. So during this time, you're going to be able to market your property on the higher end of the rent spectrum. So you should be able to get not only the most amount of people looking at your property, but you're also going to be able to ask the most amount in terms of rental price for that property during this time frame as well. So when do you want to stay away? What do you want to stay away from? Well, naturally, there's only 4 seasons in the year. So if the late spring and summer is the best time to put your home on the market, then you're probably going to want to shy away from the fall and the winter times of the year to put your home on the market. Okay? Again, school is back in session. Not a whole lot of people want to move and pull their kids or pull themselves out of class and try to juggle that whole thing in terms of finding new friends, new places to live, new teachers, new schools, all those different things. So people tend to not look for property as much. Actually, it drops pretty dramatically during that time frame. On top of that, because there's lower demand, unfortunately, as a landlord, in order for you to get that property rented, you're going to have to compensate one way or the other. And the most common way of compensating is by lowering the rent price to make it more attractive for those few people that are looking for properties to have yours stand out amongst the crowd of others that they're looking at. So unfortunately, now you're going to be competing with price, lowering your price, as opposed to competing with how well of a property, how well you maintained it, location, all those great things. People are going to be looking at price as opposed to those things when it comes to renting out your property. So what can you do as a landlord to ensure you are always setting yourself up for success? Well, there's a few things, okay? You want to make sure you stay in that spring, late spring, summer cycle. And you can do so by whenever you write the lease up and you find that tenant, make sure that the lease always ends in that late spring time, okay? This way you stay in control. If they want to move out, then you're again going to be able to market your home during a favorable time of the year, and you should be able to hopefully fill that property pretty quickly and again at high rental rates, okay? Try to stay away from month-to-month rentals or odd term leases. Like if you're renting it out in the spring, summer, try not to sign an 18-month lease. If you're going to do more than 1 year, try to make sure it lands back within that same time frame. Month to month, again, you're going to lose control, okay? If you sign a 1-year lease and then you go to a month to month after that, well then pretty much the tenant can stay in the property for however long they want, and then depending on your lease, if they have to give a 60-day notice or a 30-day notice of terminating the lease, they may end up terminating it in November, December, January, and at that time frame, nobody's really looking for a property. So now, as a landlord, you may be stuck having a vacant home for about 3 or 4 months because nobody's really looking for a property during the winter. So, at the end of the day, it's not really going to help you out too much. So be cognizant as a landlord whenever you are signing leases. Make sure they always end during the time frame that's favorable to you, and make sure that you don't get yourself into anything where you lose control of staying within that time frame. If you got any other questions about when you should be renting your property or for how much, please reach out to us. You can go to our website at flatfeelandlord.com, or you can give us a call.